Hello, everyone. It's Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel, and we bring you our second Final Four matchup in our 1983 one-and-done tournament using my original Strat-O-Matic Card&Dice baseball game. Hope everyone is doing well. Let's get to the lineups and roll some Strat-O-Matic baseball. And then there were three. And after this game, there will be two. The winner of this game meets the winner of the Yankees and the Orioles, which was played earlier a week or so ago, and it's up on the channel. I won't spoil it if you'd like to go watch. The Braves, after the reseeding in the Final Four, are the 4 seed at 87 and 75. The White Sox are the 1 seed, 99 and 63. For the Braves, leading off, playing left field is Brett Butler. Doing the catching, batting second is Bruce Benedict. Patrolling center field, batting third, Dale Murphy. Bob Horner mans the hot corner for Atlanta. He bats fourth. The Bull Bob Watson is a designated hitter, batting fifth. Batting sixth in right field is Harper. Ramirez bats seventh at short. Chris Chambliss drops a little bit in the lineup, facing a left-handed pitcher, Floyd Bannister. He bats eighth and plays first base. Batting ninth, playing second base, Glenn Mother Hubbard. On the mound for the Braves, trying to pitch him into the finals, is the knuckleballer Phil Niekro in 1983, 11-10 with a 3.97 earned run average. For the hometown Chicago White Sox, leading off in center field, Rudy Law. Batting second, playing second, Julio Cruz. Batting third, the former Boston Red Sox, now a White Sox, Pudge Carlton Fisk. He does the catching. The cleanup hitter playing right field is Harold Baines. Ron Kittle bats fifth. He's in left field. The designated hitter is Greg Lazinski, another Bull. Walker's at first, batting seventh. Vance Law, no relation to Rudy Law, plays third base. He'll bat eighth. And Scott Fletcher will bat ninth, as I wrote Fletch, and will play shortstop. On the mound for the White Sox, the lefty Floyd Bannister, 16-10 with a 3.35 earned run average, and Jerry Mathers as the Beaver. At the ballpark, we have Jack Dawson, Larry Harris, and Captain Carl 8. Sports is still alive on the Al Red Sox Fan channel and throughout our community. So hopefully we can give you some entertainment and you can forget the real world for just a little while. Brought to you by Viagra, the blue pill that gives you one of the most marvelous side effects. If something happens for 4 hours, call every woman you know. Alrighty, so here we go. Floyd Bannister up on the bump. He is a left-hander. He'll face Brett Butler, who leads things off. Butler's also a left-handed batter. So it's a lefty-lefty matchup. Bannister's ready to work. He rocks and deals to Butler. 2-11, lefty-lefty. 2-11, ball four. So Butler battles Bannister to a walk. So Butler's on first, and he's an ace stealer, and Fisk has a neutral arm. So an ace stealer, they will hold him on, as with the 83 set, you don't have the hold for the pitchers. You just have the catcher's arm and then the hold. So an ace stealer is a -2, and Fisk is a neutral arm, so that's 1 through 13. And here's Bruce Benedict, the catcher, 1 through 13. With my bad, you know what? Butler's going. There's the throw down. It's a 9. So Butler steals second base. The Braves trying to put some pressure on the White Sox, who are favored. A stolen base for Butler. He's at second. Now Benedict has a duck out on that pound that he can knock in. Benedict, a right-handed batter. He's a C bunter. He's going to swing away here. They're keeping Butler close. He'll be -1 with under 2 outs. 1 through 15 now. Bannister picks up the sign from Pudge. He rocks and deals to Bruce Benedict. Benedict Arnold. That's a 4-7. Right-handed batter. 4-7. Swing and a miss. That was clutch for Bannister. So Benedict can't even hit the ball to the right side and advance the runner. So 1 out. Butler still at second. Center fielder Dale Murphy comes to the plate. Let's see what Murph can do. Right-handed batter. Bannister nods his head. He rocks and deals. 6-10. Right-handed batter. 6-10. This will be a play for Carlton Fisk. He's a 2. And we rolled a 4. Flip the chart. For the catcher. 2, 4. Wild pitch. A wild pitch. And Butler advances to third on the wild pitch. Bannister tries to regroup here. He's ready. Arms down to his chest. The leg kick. He deals. That ball's popped up. Foul territory. Fisk throws the mask off. And he makes the catch. So Murphy can't take advantage of Butler being 90 feet away. Murph pops out to Pudge. There are 2 outs now. And Butler's 90 feet away from giving the Braves a 1-0 lead. Here comes Bob Horner, the cleanup hitter. Big Bob Horner. Let's see how Bannister and Pudge handle him. On deck is the bull, Bob Watson. Bannister nods his head. The pitch to Bob Horner. 2-7. Left-handed pitcher. 2-7. And Horner smashes his ball. Left center field gap. It's going to be a double. Butler trots in from third. 1-0 Braves. Cinderella lives for now. So Horner doubles to left center field, splitting Rudy Law and Ron Kittle. A 2-out double for Horner and a ribby. That was quite clutch. 1-0 Braves. At the ballpark, Appa Chatter, good friend of the community, and Sports Time Machine, redoing the 1980 Olympics using Action PC Hockey, so please check that out. So here comes the bull. There's 2 bulls in this game, Bob Watson and Lazinski, Greg Lazinski. Let's see if Watson can knock in Horner. At second, Horner 1-10 runner. He'll be held close because there's 2 outs. It'll be a +1, 1-11. The pitch to Big Bob Watson. Bannister tosses up a 3-9. Left-handed pitcher, 3-9. That's a walk. Bannister not having a stellar inning here. So it's first and second, 2 outs. And striding to the plate, getting the start due to the left-handed pitcher, is Terry Harper. Let's see what Harper can do. 2 outs, 2 on. Runners will be off on contact. Harper digs into that right-hander's batter's box. Bannister looks into Fisk. Fisk sets the target. The pitch homeward bound to Terry Harper. 1-10. Left-handed pitcher. 1-10. Single to center! Harper gets a hit. That's a single to center. So Horner is a +1 because they were holding him close. 1-11. This ball's hit to center field. Rudy Law has a +3 arm, so that's 1-14. They're sending him. Here's the throw by Rudy Law, and he is safe. The throw is up the line. Fisk blocks it, and scoring from second is Horner. 2-0 Braves. So another clutch 2-out hit. Watson stops at second. Harper, a 2-out single and a ribby. And Bannister is getting a little a bloody nose there. A clutch hit for Terry Harper, inserted into the lineup due to the left-handed pitcher Floyd Bannister. The clock does not want to strike 12 on the surprise Atlanta Braves. They're the 4 seed when we reseeded. We reseed after every round, so they're the worst team left in the tournament. And not bad, though, 87-75. So Niekro is going to have 2 runs to work with, possibly more. Watson at second, Harper at first, and here comes Rafael Ramirez, right-handed batting shortstop. Bannister hoping to end this misery here and now. He rocks and deals to Ramirez. 4-11. Right-handed batter, 4-11. Fly ball center field to Law. He's a 2 defender, and that's a 16. He should make the play. 2-16 coming in, and he makes the catch, and the side is retired. But the Braves scored 2 runs on 2 clutch hits with 2 outs. The double by Horner knocks in Butler, and then the single by Harper knocks in Horner. We go to the bottom of the 4th, the Braves 2, the White Sox coming up. As the knuckleballer Phil Niekro will take the mound for Atlanta. Spotted a 2-run lead. He will face Rudy Law, Julio Cruz, and Carlton Fisk, the man they call Pudge. So there's Phil Niekro, the knuckleballer. Catching him is Benedict. Law, left-handed batter, center fielder, had the horrific throw to the plate that allowed Horner to score. Here's the pitch from Niekro to Law. The flutter ball flies fourth. 3-9. Right-handed pitcher, 3-9. Line shot right at Chambliss. 1 away. So Law hits the ball on the screws, but lines out to Chambliss. He was on the flutter ball. Here's Julio Cruz, switch hitting second baseman. He'll bat lefty against the right-handed knuckleballer Phil Niekro. The butterfly pitch comes forth. 4-10. 4-10. Left-handed batter. 4-10. Ground ball to short. And Ramirez, he's a 2 defender, and that's a 9. So a 2 and a 9. Let's flip the advanced fielding chart. Shortstop 2-9 goes to an error check, and he is a horrific when it comes to that. That's an E42. That is an ouch. So I don't think he's making this play. The 2-9 goes to an error check, as 8 through 12 is an error check. He's an E42. He needs a 10 or a 12 to make this play. It's a 3. That will be a 1-base error, as his throw takes Chambliss off the bag. So Cruz is on first, and he's definitely a base-stealing threat. That's an E6. And Cruz is a double-A stealer. Benedict has a neutral arm. Double-A stealer is a -2, just like an A. You think it would be a little... He's a double-A stealer. So again, that's going to be 1 through 13. Oh, double-A, excuse me. That's where the difference is. Double-A, that's going to be 1 through 15, because it's 1 through 17. -2. He's going. The throw down by Benedict. It's a 7. He slides in safe. So Julio Cruz steals a base. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. He's in scoring position for Pudge, Carlton, Fisk. Fisk would like to go bippity-boppity-boom and tie this game up at 2. Niekro looks over his shoulder. Now in at the plate, he picks up the sign. Benedict sets the target for his counterpart, Fisk. Here's the butterfly ball. 5-7. 5-7. Righty-righty matchup. 5-7. Single to right field. So Fisk on the 5-7 singles to right. Cruz was being held close. So that's a -1, but that's still 1 through 16, and it's a single to right field. Harper has a -1, 1 through 15. They're waving him around. Here's a throw by Harper. It's a 6, and the White Sox cut the lead in half on the 1-out single by Fisk. Cruz scores, so the stolen base comes into play immediately, and Pudge has an RBI, and it's now 2-1. So here come the White Sox. They're looking to smash that glass slipper. 1 out, Fisk at first. They'll hold him close. He's a C stealer. And here's Harold Baines, left-handed batting, right fielder. He could go bippity-boppity-boom. Benedict wiggles the fingers. You know it's the flutter ball. Here's the pitch to Baines. Where will the pitch go? Who knows? That's a 2-8. 2-8 right-handed pitcher. 2-8. Single to left! As Baines sits back nicely on the flutter ball. Single to left. The left fielder, Butler, has a -2 arm. Fisk will go station to station. He'll stop at second. First and second, 1 out. Tying run in Fisk at second. Go-ahead run in at first and Harold Baines, and here comes Ron Kittle. Kittle's got a lot of pop in that bat. Kittle's a right-hander. On deck, the Bull, Greg Lazinski. 1 out, 2 on. Niekro hoping for the double play ball. As Ramirez and Hubbard pinch the middle. Kittle hoping to tee it high and let it fly. The soft windup and the pitch to Ron Kittle. 6-9 to Ron Kittle. Righty-righty matchup. 6-9 and a 16. That's a single to center. 2 stars. So Fisk comes in from second. We have a 2-2 ball game. Baines goes first to third, and Kittle has just tied the game up. An error in 3 straight hits produced fruit for the White Sox. It's a 2-2 ball game here in Chicago. Winner advances to the finals against the winner of the Yankees and the Orioles. Game up already on the channel. I won't spoil it. So Fisk scores. The Braves get some bullpen action up. Baines at third. He's the go-ahead run. Kittle at first. And here comes Greg Lazinski, the designated hitter. Benedict goes out to have a word with Niekro. The 2-run lead's gone. Back behind the plate. Squats down. Sets the target. The pitch to the Bull, Greg Lazinski. The DH gets a 4-6. Pick up some sticks. Right-handed batter. 4-6. Ball 4. The bases are juiced. Kittle goes to second. The manager on the top step now. I believe the manager in 83 was still Joe Torre. Base is loaded for the left-handed batting first baseman, Greg Walker. Camp is throwing along with Bedrosian in the Braves bullpen. So here's Greg Walker. There's only 1 out still. Base is juiced. They will play for 2. No place to put Walker. Niekro takes a deep breath, praying the flutter ball finds its mark. Here's the pitch to Walker. 2-6. Again, pick up some sticks. Get your kicks on Route 66. 2-6. Right-handed batter. Pitcher, 2-6. Swing and a miss! Boy, did that flutter ball dance. So there's 2 outs. And again, all these runs are unearned, I do believe, because Cruz made the error. Cruz reached on the error by Ramirez. That would be the 3rd out on the strikeout. So we'll have to look the rule up on that, but some of these runs might not be earned. So Walker's gone via the K. And that will bring up the third baseman, Vance Law. 2-2 ball game. Base is juiced for Law. Will he lay down the Law? Or will Niekro end the menace? The pitch to Law. Niekro tosses up the flutter ball one more time into the breach. Over and over comes the butterfly pitch. 5-5. Righty-righty matchup. 5-5. Ground ball to short. Oh boy. But it's a 19. And Ramirez should gobble this up. A 2-19. He gobbles it up like a kid with candy. Fires to first. And the side is retired. But the White Sox, aided by the Ramirez error early in the inning, scored 2. And we go to the top of the second. Knotted 2-2 here in Chicago in our 1983 second Final Four matchup. This is game 24 of the tournament. 2-2 between the Braves and the White Sox.
How's everything going in the studio?
Good, Nurse Teresa. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine.
And how's everybody doing this evening in the chat?
Everyone looks fine in the chat.
That's good.
Did you know that this game was brought to you by the Magic Blue Pill, Viagra?
No, but I'm not surprised.
Yes. The best side effect ever! We got this heart medication. Doesn't really seem to do what we want it to do. It doesn't get the blood flowing. It's just, well, what happens? Well, how can we put it? It's at attention. What?
Is that attention?
Yeah. So anyway, once again, this ball game is brought to you by the Blue Pill. All right, here we go to the top of the second. as Nurse Teresa leaves the studio.
Who are you playing?
It's the 83 Braves versus the 83 White Sox in our Final Four matchup. The winner plays the winner of the Yankees and the Orioles.
I'm going with the White Sox.
Okay, well, I play as both teams, so it doesn't. You're picking the White Sox. You're on record.
Yeah, I've been on a record pretty much.
Okay. All right, stop. Yeah, you always
leaving.
pick. Okay,
Bye.
bye. Love you.
Love you too.
Nurse Teresa's leaving the studio. Here we go. So it's Chambliss, Hubbard in the top of the order, Brett Butler. Chris Chambliss at the plate, lefty-lefty matchup, dropped in the lineup. Bannister with a reprieve from the governor. The pitch to Chambliss from Bannister, and it's not with love. That's a 5-3. What will it be? We shall see. Lefty-lefty, 5-3. Slowly hit ground ball to first. Fielding it for the White Sox is Walker. He tosses the Bannister covering the bag. 1 away. Scoring at home 1-3. You should. It's good for the brain. I'll bring up the number 9 batter, Glenn Mother Hubbard. Second baseman, right-handed batter. Bannister works quickly to Hubbard, trying to get a 1-2-3 innings. 5s across the board. 5's gone wild. So that's a 5-10 righty-righty. 5-10. That's a walk. So Hubbard's at first with a walk. And he's a D-stealer. They will not hold him on. As Todd B's at the ballpark says, evening, baseball junkies. As baseball and all sports still live on the Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel. Public service announcement. Stay safe, stay smart, wash your hands. If you're not feeling well, stay away from crowds. Alrighty, 1 out, 1 on, top of the order. Brett Butler, he walked and scored his first time up. Bannister hoping for the double play ball. Arms down to his chest, he rocks and deals to Brett Butler. 3-7. Lefty-lefty matchup, 3-7, and a 2, and that is a line shot past the dive of the second baseman, Julio Cruz. 1-6 is a single. We rolled a 2, and that is a single 1-star. Really not getting a good jump at first. He had to make sure it went through his Hubbard, and he goes 90 feet and stops. So Butler's 1 for 1. He's been on base both times now with a walk and now a single. So first and second, 1 out. And here come the Braves. And here's the catcher, Bruce Benedict. He was a strikeout victim of Bannister. Hubbard will not be held at second. He's a D-stealer until there's 2 outs. Here's Bruce Benedict, a man who loves eggs. Bannister nods his head. Fisk sets a target to pitch to Benedict. 5-4. Will it close the door? Right-handed batter. 5-4-2. Oh, he's weak power, though. Oh, it would have been a homer. Instead, it is a single, which really stinks because if it was 17 through 20, it's a double. But 1 through 16 is a homer. It would have been a homer, but he has weak power against either righties or lefties. So that is a single. And it would be a single to center because it's not, doesn't say anything, so it goes to center. So we might send Hubbard. So that's a single. Hubbard's at second base was not being held on because he's a D-stealer until 2 outs. That's when we would hold him on. So that's 1 through 12, and Law's a +3, so that's 1 through 15. They're going to wave Hubbard around. Law gets another shot at throwing out a Brave. And he does! Unbelievable! Rudy Law, a quick, accurate throw and a gust of wind, rolls a 20, and they nail Hubbard at the plate. None shall pass on that throw, as Hubbard is out 8-2. Rudy Law throws out Hubbard, and we stay knotted at 2. Butler's at second. Benedict robbed of an RBI's at first. There's 2 outs, 2 on for Dale Murphy. Rudy Law, a quick, accurate throw. Fisk applies the tag at the plate. Hubbard, you are out. Go grab some pine. I think that throw had a little blue pill behind it. So again, Butler's at second, Benedict's at first, Dale Murphy at the plate. 2 outs, 2 on, 2-2 ball game. Top of the second, 2's gone nuts, and I just dropped a freaking dice. It's the red die. Normally a good die, so he should be easy to find. Gigio, again, he's found his niche. He likes boxing. And now we kneel down and hope not to smack my head anywhere. And where is the red die? Oh, red die, where are you? I heard you, red die. Let's look over. Oh, I found him! As he was yelling out to me, I'm here! I'm here! And we found the red die. As Gigio calls him a name. I cannot repeat the name, but it's a female body part. Alrighty, here we go. 2 outs, 2 on. The pitch to Dale Murphy from Floyd Bannister. 5-10. Right-handed batter. 5-10. That's a walk. The bases are juiced. Bannister has struggled quite mightily with his control. That's his 3rd walk. So Butler's at 3rd, Benedict at 2nd, and Murphy is at 1st, and that brings up Big Bob Horner. Horner doubled in a run his first time up and scored on the single by Harper. Appachatter says, not a big fan of Hubbard. Played softball against his 3 sons, and they were big jerks. Or were jerks. I put in big jerks, because if someone's mean to Appachatter, they're big jerks to me. As Captain Carl says, good thing I turned the volume down. I didn't want to scare my coworker. Excellent. All right, bases loaded. Here's Big Bob Horner looking to go 2 for 2. 2-2 ball game. Bases juiced for Bob. What up, Bob? Well, Floyd wants to retire Bob Horner. He's ready. Fisk wiggles the fingers. Here's the pitch to Bob Horner. No place to put Bob. 4-2, how do you do? Right-handed batter. 4-2, ground ball back to Bannister. He snares it, throws to Walker, and the side and threat are averted. 1-3 if you're scoring at home. The White Sox get Hubbard thrown out at the plate, load them up after that, but cannot cross a run. We go to the bottom of the 2nd, still 2-2. As Phil Niekro comes back out onto the bump. Pitching has not been what we call bueno so far for either team. Great throw by Rudy Law to nail Hubbard at the plate. Due up for the White Sox in a 2-2 ball game, bottom of the 2nd. Winner advances to the finals of our 1983 one-and-done tournament. Scott Fletcher, then the top of the order, Rudy Law and Julio Cruz. So the flutter ball back up on the mound in Phil Niekro. The butterfly pitch flies 4th to Scott Fletcher. That's a 3-12, so we got a 3 boxcars. Righty matchup. 3-12. Line shot to the leaping 3rd baseman, Bob Horner. What a play! That could have been a triple play. If 2 runners were on, it was line out 3rd base Max. What a play by Horner. As he showed he had some ups. So 1 away. Niekro hasn't really fooled too many people with the flutter ball. Philip Reynolds is at the ballpark, says, go White Sox. Top of the order, Rudy Law. He's 0 for 1. He lined out to Chambliss on the butterfly pitch. Niekro tosses up one. That's a 4-4. Does it close the door on Rudy Law? Left-handed batter. 4-4. This would be a play for Benedict. Benedict is a 2, and that's a 9. So let's flip the chart. We go to the advanced fielding chart. 2-9 goes to an error check. And Benedict is an E3. What will it be on the E3? We shall see. We roll the 2 red die. And that's a 7. So an E3, 7 is a number in front of the plate. Benedict picks it up, fires to Chambliss, 2 down. Scoring at home, that's 2-3. So the flutter ball doing a slightly better job. 2 outs, no one on. Niekro hoping for a 1-2-3 inning. Here comes a dangerous Julio Cruz. Cruz reached on an error by Ramirez, a shortstop, stole 2nd, and scored on the Fisk single to give the White Sox their first run. Cruz awaits the Niekro offering. And here it is. The butterfly ball, 2-7. 2-7. Right-handed pitcher, 2-7. Swing and a miss! Benedict applies the tag as the ball hits the dirt, and the side is retired. 1-2-3. Go the White Sox. That's Niekro's second strikeout. We go the top of the third, still knotted at 2. Niekro settling quite nicely after that line shot that Horner robbed extra bases of Fletcher. So we're in the third. Second there. Due up for the Braves, Watson, Harper, and Ramirez to face the lefty Floyd Bannister. Bannister struggled these first 2 innings, but has only given up those 2 runs in the top of the first. Here's Bob Watson. Watson walked, reached second, and that's where he stayed. Bannister deals to the bull, Bob Watson. 6-8. Right-handed batter. 6-8. Strike 3 looking. Inside corner fastball. Bannister picks up his second K. Watson's retired, going back to the bench mumbling. 1 down, and it's Terry Harper. Harper singled in a run. He's 1 for 1. Bannister picks up the sign from Fisk. The windup and the pitch to Terry Harper. 1-8. 1-8. Left-handed pitcher, 1-8. That's ball 4. So Harper's on once again, this time via the walk. Go-ahead run at first in Terry Harper. He's a C-stealer. They'll hold him close. He's not going anywhere. Here's a shortstop. Rafael Ramirez wants to make amends for his error. Todd B asks, Al, did you ever get the Strat PC game to run basketball? No. What I'm going to do, hopefully over the weekend, if I'm not aggravated, because it's aggravating. I got to put it back on my old computer, play it, sim. I have 4 seasons plus the Great Players League, so that's 5. I will sim 1 day in each league, save the files, unauthorize it, unauthorize the seasons, put it on my new computer, put the save file on the new computer, and hopefully it works. But yeah, Strat's not a big help with that. I'll never purchase a Strat PC product ever again. So, good night, Nurse Teresa. I'll see you shortly. Okay. All right, here's Ramirez. 1 out, 1 on. Bannister deals to Rafael Ramirez. 4-9. 4-9, right-handed batter. 4-9, ground ball, second base. Possible double play here. That's a 16. The second baseman is Julio Cruz. He's a 1. That's a double play. I can already tell you it's a double play. 116 on the hard hit ball to second. 116. 4-6-3. Inning over. Cruz to Fletcher. Back to the first baseman, Walker. So Bannister induces the double play ball. We go to the bottom of the third, still knotted at 2. Due up for the White Sox, Fisk, Baines, and Kittle. Those are some big bopping bats. I will get Out of the Ballpark 21. I buy it through Steam. So there's no pre-order for that. You just get your discount when you buy it. And then I have to reset all the pictures, all the photos, and all the ballparks again. So, but it's well worth it. That's a very enjoyable game. And for $40 approximately, minus 5, so for like $35, you can't go wrong. You get all the seasons. You can play it straight up. You can play it as played lineups. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, you can't. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. I played enough. It's a good game. Again, not everyone's cup of tea, but you get all the seasons for $40. And if you buy it the first week, $35. And if you wait for the All-Star break, $19. And you wait a little longer, $5. But I buy it new every year. I enjoy it. All right, so here comes Pudge. He's 1 for 1, a single and a ribby. Niekro back up on the bump. The windup and the pitch to Fisk. It's a knuckleball. It's a 3-8 righty-righty matchup. 3-8 ball 4. So Fisk is on. He represents the go-ahead run at first. He's a C stealer, and as you know, the way we play, we hold all runners on C and better, and with 2 outs, we hold everybody on. Now I'll bring up Harold Baines. Baines singled. He's 1 for 1. Niekro hoping for the double play ball. The soft toss to Baines. 2-11, 2-11. Right-handed pitcher, 2-11. Hard hit ball to Horner. He's up with it to Hubbard. Back on to Chambliss. Just what the doctor had ordered. 5-4 to 3. 2 outs. Base is empty. Niekro smiling as he does induce the pitcher's best friend, the double play. 5-4 to 3. Base is empty for Ron Kittle now with 2 outs. Kittle singled in a run. 2-2 ball game. Kittle looking to tee that knuckleball high and let it fly. Niekro has other ideas. He rocks and deals the butterfly pitch. 3-3, what will it be? We shall see. 3-3, ground ball to short. And that's going to be Fletcher. I'm sorry, that'll be Ramirez to Chambliss, and the side is retired. 6-3, that's what it'll be. We're through 3, knotted at 2. We go to the top of the 4th. Due up for the Braves, Chambliss, Hubbard, in the top of the order, Brett Butler. Winner advances to the finals in our 1983 1-and-done tournament. Hope everyone's doing well in the chat. Remember, be smart. Use common sense when you're out. Wash your hands a lot. Try not to rub your eyes. Put your fingers in your nose, which is really tough for me. And don't put your hands in your mouth. Just remember, don't eat that candy bar till you get home, and wash your hands, and then be careful with the wrapper, because who the hell knows who touched that? But we don't know anyway. I guess you could Lysol it, but you could poison yourself that way. And for God's sakes, don't mix bleach and ammonia, because then you won't have to worry about anything, because you'll be, sleepy sleep for a long time. All right, here's Chambliss. He grounded out his first time up. Bannister. Lefty-lefty matchup. He rocks and deals to Chris Chambliss, the Braves first baseman. 1-4. Does it close the door on Chambliss? 1-4. Ground ball to third. Vance Law throws to Walker. 1 down. Chambliss is now 0 for 2 on 2 groundouts. Now I'll bring up Glenn Hubbard. He singled and he walked and was thrown out by Rudy Law at the plate to keep the game tied at 2 in the second. Here's the pitch to Hubbard. Bannister fires in a 1-6. 1-6. Left-handed pitcher. 1-6. Fly ball to left. Hubbard got a decent piece of it, but not deep enough. Kittle will make the catch. 2 down. Top of the order now. And Brett Butler. Butler has walked, stolen a base, and scored. And singled, so he's 1 for 1. Lefty-lefty matchup. Butler chokes up just a little bit on that bat. Here's the pitch from Bannister to Butler, and it's not with love. That is a 4-4. Does this close the door on the inning? 4-4. Lefty-lefty. 4-4. Fly ball, center field. Law's on the run. He's a 2 defender, and that's a 15. 2-15. 2-15. Law racing in. He makes the dive. And he's got it. Side is retired. He snow cones it, but somehow keeps the ball in his glove on the 2-15. Great catch by Rudy Law. So the last time Butler was up, he was denied a ribby, and now he's denied a hit by Law. We go to the bottom of the 4th, knotted at 2 in our Final Four matchup to advance to the finals. The winner takes on the winner of the Orioles and the Yankees. That game has already been played, and it's up on the channel. I will not spoil it in case you have not seen it. So here comes Phil Niekro, the knuckleballer. He will face Lazinski, Walker, and Vanslaw. Greg Lazinski walked his first time up, so no official at bat. Here's the windup and the pitch to the Bull, Greg Lazinski. It's a butterfly ball. 4-8 to Lazinski. Righty-righty matchup. 4-8. Swing and a miss. Boy, did that ball dance. Niekro strikes out his third. Braves throw it around the infield. Now bring up the left-handed batting Greg Walker, the first baseman. Here's the pitch to Walker. 3-8. Right-handed pitcher. 3-8. Swing and a miss! The butterfly is fluttering. 2 up, 2 down via the K. Benedict fires that ball down. They wing it around the infield. They get it back to Niekro. He's looking for a 1-2-3 inning. And it's a third baseman, Vance Law. Law grounded out to Ramirez. He is 0 for 1. Niekro nods his head. The slow windup and the pitch to Vance Law. 3-7. Righty-righty matchup. 3-7-11. That is a split, and it will be a single. 1 through 3 would have been a double. That's a single to the right center field gap. It is cut off, though, by Murphy. And Law only gets 1 base. So the White Sox avoid the 1-2-3 inning. Law is a D stealer, but there's 2 outs. They'll hold him close. It'll be a +1, 1 through 12. And here's Scott Fletcher. Fletcher was robbed of extra bases on the leaping snare by the third baseman, Bob Horner. Niekro pays no mind to Law at first. He picks up the sign by Benedict. It's got to be the flutter ball. Here's the butterfly pitch. 3-3. What will it be? We shall see. Righty-righty. 3-3. That ball is gone! Scott Fletcher takes revenge as he shoots that one down the left field line, and it hits the pole. It is 4-2. How do you do, Chicago White Sox? So that is a 3-3. Righty-righty. 3-3 home run with a 1. That, my friends, is a 1. A double 2 through 20, who cares? It's a 1. It's a bippity-boppity boom to the moon, Alice. Scott Fletcher unties this ball game like Drano unclogs a sink. It is now 4-2. How do you do? Boom goes the ball, and Scott Fletcher touched them all. So what started off to be such a promising inning for Niekro and the Braves after 2 consecutive strikeouts, a 2-out single by Law, and now the home run by Fletcher. It gonged the foul pole. Niekro and the Braves were praying for it to go a little more to the left, but it was for naught. So 2 ribbies for Fletcher, and now it's a 4-2 lead. Braves get their bullpen back up. Dave Little's at the ballpark. Check out that wonderful channel. Hope all is well, Dave. So here comes Rudy Law. Top of the order. Center fielder's 0 for 2. Niekro trying to regroup, trying to get that third out. Now down 4-2. Here's the pitch to Rudy Law. It's a butterfly ball. 2-10. 2-10. Right-handed pitcher. 2-10. Fly ball to right field. Deep, but not deep enough as Law gets under it. Going back to his left is Harper. He makes the catch. And Rudy Law is 0 for 3. But the White Sox take the lead on an unlikely power source. Scott Fletcher, he gongs the foul pole for a 2-out, 2-run homer. And we go to the top of the 5th. 4-2 White Sox. Niekro's point of weakness check inning is the 6th. The same with Bannister. Niekro doesn't seem long for this game. Sports Time Machine says, boink! And it was a boink. Due up for the Braves, trailing by 2, Benedict, Murphy, and Horner. If anyone gets on, the Bull, Bob Watson. Bruce Benedict is 1 for 2. He is struck out and singled. The pitch from Bannister to Benedict. 3-5. Left-handed pitcher. 3-5, and that's a single to right. Benedict goes the other way. He's now 2 for 3. Tying run comes to the plate, and the dangerous Dale Murphy. Murphy can tie it with one swing of the bat. Bannister hoping for a double play ball. He rocks and fires to Dale Murphy. Triple snake eyes. That's a 1-2. How do you do? 1, 2, and a 9, excuse me. Line shot right at the shortstop. Fletcher, he quickly fires to first, but Benedict dives back. Well ahead of the throw. So Murphy hits it on the screws, but has nothing to show for it. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Benedict at first now with 1 out, and here comes Big Bob Horner. He's doubled in a run and grounded to the pitcher. Bannister hoping for a double play ball. Fisk wiggles the fingers. A quick nod of the head by Bannister. He rocks and deals to Horner. 1-9 to Bob Horner. Left-handed pitcher, 1-9. Hard hit ball to short. 6-4 to 3, and the inning is over. Did we need a double play? Yes, we did. So that's going to go Fletcher to Cruz to Walker. Another double play ball induced by Floyd Bannister. 6-4 to 3. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 4-2, White Sox. So Bannister has settled in after 2 shaky innings where he gave up 2 runs in the first and was very lucky to give up nothing in the second. Mouse in the house is at the ballpark. Hope all is well, my friend. Due up for the White Sox, who are up 4-2. It's going to be Julio Cruz, Carlton Fisk, and Harold Baines. And here's Phil Niekro. Braves have pitchers up in the pen. Julio Cruz has reached on an error, stole a base, and scored. And he's struck out, so he is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch to Julio Cruz from Phil Niekro. That's a 2-2. How do you do? Right-handed pitcher, 2-2. Popped up, foul territory. Benedict tosses the mask aside, makes the catch, 1 down. Remember, Niekro struck out the first 2 batters in the bottom of the 4th, and then Law singled, and Fletcher doinked the left field pole for a 2-run homer with 2 outs, thus the 4-2 lead. And Carlton Fisk is upside down, and so is Harold Baines. What's going on here? Here we go. Flip him over. Here comes Pudge, former Red Sox. Actually played more games with the White Sox in his career. Fisk is 1 for 1. He's singled in a run and walked. The pitch to Pudge from Niekro. It's a butterfly ball. That's a 3-8. 3-8. Fisk hoping for it to be great. Ball 4. It's good enough. He's on. He's been on base all 3 times. A single and now 2 walks. So 1 out, 1 on. Benedict goes out to have a quick word with Niekro. And here's Harold Baines, the right fielder. He singled and banged into a 5-4 to 3 double play. Boy, Niekro wants that again. The slow windup and the pitch to Baines. That's a 3-8. Right-handed pitcher. 3-8. Single to right. Baines sits back very nicely on the knuckleball. A single to right field. Harper has a -1 arm. Fisk was being held on because he's a C stealer, so that it would be a -1 for that. And then another, it's -2, 1 through 12. He's going to hold as Lazinski's coming up. So it's first and second, 1 out. And here comes the other bull for the other team, Greg Lazinski. I'm sorry, that Ron Kittle. Ron Kittle, Lazinski is on deck. So Ron Kittle has singled in a run and grounded out to short. Braves bullpen working overtime now. Niekro on a very short leash. If he loses Kittle, that could be it. He rocks and deals. Flutter ball flies forth from the hand of Phil Niekro. 1-9. Righty-righty matchup. 1-9. And that ball is jacked deep to left field. Racing back. Leaping at the wall is Butler, and he makes the catch. Butler brings it back. Holy cow. Kittle is denied a 3-run homer on the 1-9. Home run 1 through 8. We rolled a 12. Fisk, 1-9. Fly ball B. No question mark. So Fisk stays at second. He retreats back to second. What a catch by Butler, robbing Kittle of a homer. And Niekro really has not fooled anyone with the butterfly ball today. There's been some hard lineouts also. So 2 outs, 2 on for the Bull, Greg Lazinski. He has walked and struck out. Niekro, a bead of sweat coming down his brow. Arms down to his chest. The slow leg kick and the pitch to Greg Lazinski. That's a 4-5. Righty matchup. 4-5. Swing and a miss. And the side is retired. Second time that Niekro has struck out the Bull, Greg Lazinski. And that is strikeout number 5. We're through 5, 4-2 White Sox. We go to the top of the 6th, due up for the Braves, trailing by 2. Watson, Harper, and Ramirez to face Floyd Bannister. Point of weakness check for Floyd. White Sox have some loosening in the bullpen going on. Tim Fink says, I've never played this game, looking to buy a set. Well, Strat's a fun game. There's other games out there, too. You got Payoff Pitch. And you can find all these different games in our community. Are wonderful. You can check out Sports Time Machine. You can check out Dave Little. He plays History Maker Baseball along with Strat. Payoff Pitch, our good friend Bleacher Bums Gaming. That's Anthony. CP Card&Dice plays a lot of different games. Appa, there's Appa Brian plays Appa. Appa Chatter plays a lot of Appa. He can tell you all about it. They're both good games. Whatever game you like that you find enjoyable. Let me fix the helmets here. Is that good? Yeah. Whatever game you like, Tim. What season are you looking to get? And thank you for joining us, Tim. Everyone say hello to Tim. So here's Watson. He is 0 for 1. He's walked and struck out. The pitch to Bob Watson, the designated hitter for the Braves. Braves trail by 2. 4-9. 4-9. Right-handed batter. 4-9. Ground ball, second base. And that's going to be Julio Cruz. He's a 1, and that's a 19. That should be an out, as he should gobble that ball up like a kid with candy. So 1-19. Cruz throws to Walker, 1 down, scoring at home 4-3. 1 out, no one on. Top of the 6th, Braves trail by 2. And here is Terry Harper. He has singled in a run and walked, so he's been on base both times, 1 for 1. The pitch for Bannister to Harper, and he fires one up in there. That's a 2-9. Left-handed pitcher. 2-9, hard hit ball to short. Fletcher throws to Walker, 2 away. So 2 ground ball outs. Oh, Tim Fink says, 2001, would like to see if I win the pennant with the Mariners. So, are you a Mariners fan? I would think you are. That would be fun to do. Yeah, that's the thing. With Captain Carl plays Strat. And he says, if you do, Tim, you can play... Basic's a fun game. I'm going to set up a Basic tournament because I have a ton of old teams just in Basic. And I want to set up a tournament with that at some point. You know I love my projects. So 2 outs, no one on, and here's the shortstop, Rafael Ramirez. Ramirez has flown to center and banged into a 4-6-3 double play. He's 0 for 2. Bannister wants to make quick work with Ramirez and have a 1-2-3 inning pitch homeward bound to Ramirez. Rafael Ramirez, 3-8. Left-handed pitcher, 3-8. Fly ball to center. And making the catch for the third and final out is Rudy Law. And 1-2-3 go the Braves. The Tomahawks weren't working that inning. And Floyd Bannister gets through his point of weakness check beautifully. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 4-2, White Sox. Do the White Sox have a date with destiny? Will they go to the finals of our tournament to face the winner of the Yankees and the Orioles, which has already been played? And it's on the channel. I don't want to ruin it for anyone who has not seen it. It was a good game. So it's Walker, Law, and Fletcher. Niekro now goes to his point of weakness check. And let's just get the cards ready here. Terry Foster can go 3 innings. So we'd like to get Niekro through 1 more inning. Rick Camp would probably be the first out of the pen. 10-9 with a 3.79. So then we'd try to get 1 inning out of Camp, as he was a starter and reliever. He can go 3 as a reliever. All right, so we have that set to go. We know what we want to do there. And in the 83 set, when I bought it, you had no extra players. You're limited with the bare minimum. So the finals, both teams who make the finals will be allowed to come back with their ace. It's the finals. So you had to use 3 starters to get to the finals, and then you can come back with your ace, who would pitch a second game in the tournament. Alrighty, so it's Greg Walker, the first baseman. He struck out twice against Niekro. Niekro looking to get him on the hat trick. Here's the knuckler to Greg Walker. 2-7 to Walker. Right-handed pitcher, 2-7. Swing and a miss! He has struck out Greg Walker 3 times. And that's strikeout number 6 for Niekro. Braves pen continues to warm. Camp and Terry Forster. Here's Vance Law, the third baseman. He's grounded short, singled, and scored. He's 1 for 2. The pitch to Vance Law. It's a knuckleball from Niekro. That's a 5-7 righty-righty matchup. 5-7 single to right. He's now 2 for 3. So Vance Law singles to right. They won't hold him. He's a D-stealer until 2 outs. Scott Fletcher has lined out to a leaping Bob Horner at third, robbed of extra base hits. But then he hit it. And he said, Bob, you're not going to catch this one. He doinked the left field foul pole after Niekro struck out the first 2 batters in the bottom of the 4th. A single by Law, a 2-run doink by Fletcher, thus the 4-2 lead. 1 out, 1 on. Niekro hoping for a double play ball. The flutter ball flies forth from the fingers of Phil Niekro. That's a 1-11. 1-11. Fly ball, right field. And that's going to be out number 2. Making the catch is Harper. Law retreats back to first. So 2 outs. Law will be off on contact. We hold him close now to make him only a +1. So he's 1 through 12. And Vance Law is at first, but this is Rudy Law at the plate. No relations. Rudy Law 0 for 3. He did throw out Hubbard at the plate. And at that time, it would have given the Braves a 3-2 lead. Niekro nods his head. The slow leg kick in. The pitch to Rudy Law, 6-7. Left-handed batter, 6-7. Swing and a miss, and the side is retired. That is strikeout number 7 for Phil Niekro. He gets through his point of weakness check with only 1 hit, so he could go some more, but I think that's it for Mr. Phil Niekro. We go to the top of the 7th, 4-2 White Sox. The winner advances to the finals, which will be game 25 of our tournament. If the White Sox advance, they'd be the 1 seed that goes all the way through. They would have home field advantage. Braves down by 2 here in the top of the 7th is sent up Chambliss, Hubbard, and Butler. So Bannister and his point of weakness check, 1, 2, 3. So again, it starts all over. And for the White Sox, Solomé Barojas is their, at least I use him as their closer, as he's 3-3 with a 2.47. He can go 3 innings. Solomé Barojas can go 3 innings, so he could come in here and pitch these final 3 innings. Britt Burns, we've used him as a setup man in our last game because he's a starter reliever, and he can go 3 innings. He was 10 and 11 with a 3.58. But let's see if Bannister, who has really settled in after 2 shaky innings, can get through the 7th. Here's the pitch to Chris Chambliss, who's 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. That's triple snake eyes. 1-2. How do you do? Lefty-lefty matchup. 1-2. Ground ball to first. Walker's up with it. Takes it to the bag himself, and Chambliss is 0 for 3. So Bannister trying to get through 7 here. Will now face Glenn Hubbard. He walked, was thrown out at the plate, and is flown to left. Bannister works quickly to the number 9 batter, Glenn the Mother Hubbard. 1-10. Left-handed pitcher, 1-10, swing and a miss! And Bannister picks up his 3rd K, so 2 up, 2 down. White Sox throw it around the infield. Fans are loving it as they're getting prepared for the 7th inning stretch and take me out to the ball game. Top of the order, Brett Butler. Butler's walked, stolen a base, scored, singled, and was robbed on a shot to center. A sinking line drive caught by Rudy Law. The pitch to Butler from Bannister. 1-5. Lefty-lefty matchup. 1-5. Ground ball to second. Cruz to Walker. And the side is retired. So Bannister has really settled in. We go to the bottom of the 7th. 4-2 White Sox. So most likely, Solomé Barojas will come in for the final 2 innings here. He'll look for the 6-out save. As time is running out on Cinderella, the Atlanta Braves. Braves had a good record in 83, 87, and 75. We reseeded after every round. So in the the final 4 round, which was round 5 of the tournament, they were the 4 seed of the 4 teams left. So here's Phil Niekro. And I think we're going to get Terry Forster out of the deck here. And he's going to be ready to go. Niekro gave up 1 hit. So if you give up 4 hits in 2 innings, you've hit point of weakness. So basically 3 hits or a walk in this inning, and it's point of weakness. Here's Julio Cruz. He reached on an error, stole the base, scored, struck out, and popped out to the catcher. So Niekro's handled Cruz pretty well. You want to keep him off the base paths. He's a double-A stealer. The pitch to Julio Cruz, it's a flutter ball. Why would you think anything else? And that's a 4-11 to Cruz. Left-handed batter because he's a switch hitter batting lefty. 4-11. Ground ball back to Niekro. And in this version of advanced, all pitchers are 2s. So that's going to be a 2-1. Oh, that's awful. Actually, that's not bad. Oh, no, that is bad. 2-1's a single up the middle. Niekro cannot make the play. So 2-1 single up the middle. And now I'll bring up Carlton Fisk. He's 1 for 1, a single, a ribby, and 2 walks, and that's it for Phil Niekro. And here comes Terry Forster. Forster, a former White Sox. So Niekro goes 6 innings. He pitches into the 7th, but he doesn't retire a batter. He goes 6 innings, and he struck out 7. He's given up 4 runs so far. He's responsible for Cruz at first, so he could give up another run. He struck out 7. I like to keep the strikeout stats. And here comes Terry Forster. And we're going to have Forster the red pen. So it's Terry Forster. He's good for 3 innings. A 3rd inning will be point of weakness if they go that far. Forster, in 1983, 3 wins, 2 losses, 2.16 earned run average. Struck out 54, walked 31, gave up 3 homers, allowed 60 hits. They don't have the save stats on here on that set. So here's Terry Forster. Cruz is at first. Definitely a base stealing threat. He's a AA. Benedict, as we know, is a neutral arm of 0. And when you hold a AA, it's a -2, so it's 1 through 15. He's going to go for his second stolen base. Here he goes. A throw down is a 3. So that's also a possible throwing error. Because 1, 2, or 3, you check for a possible throwing error. And Benedict's throwing error is 1 through 4. And it's a 9. So no throwing error as the ball is smothered by the second baseman Hubbard. But that being said, Cruz steals his second base. He's in scoring position for Fisk, who's looking for his second ribby. So Forster, deals to Fisk. 1-6, pick up some sticks. Forster is a lefty. And that's a 1-6 off the Fisk card. Left-handed pitcher. 1-6. Ground ball to short. That's going to be out number 1. Cruz stays pat. As Ramirez throws to Chambliss. That would have been a double play ball had Cruz not stolen. And that's 6-3. So 1 out. Cruz at second. And I'll bring up the left-handed batting right fielder Harold Baines. Baines has singled, banged into a double play, and singled. So he's 2 for 3. Cruz being held close at second. Forster with the violent windup and the pitch to Baines. Lefty-lefty matchup. That's a 5-12. 5-12. Swing and a miss. He blows a fastball right by him. 2 outs. That's the 8th strikeout of White Sox batters. So 2 outs. Cruz will be off on contact. He's a +1. As they're still holding him close, so that's 1 through 18. And that brings up Ron Kittle. Kittle has singled in a run, and he's grounded out, and was robbed of a homer by the left fielder, Brett Butler, in his last at-bat. Would he like to get revenge and go bippity-boppity-boom to the moon? Terry Forster picks up the sign. Benedict sets the target. One more time to the plate with the violent delivery from Forster. It's a 2-9 to Ron Kittle. Will he catch up to this fastball? Left-handed pitcher, 2-9, swing and a miss, and the side is retired. He cannot catch the high cheese. Forster comes in and does his JOB. We're through 7, and it's 4-2 White Sox. White Sox 6 outs away from advancing to the 1983 finals in our 1-and-done tournament using my original Strat-O-Matic set. So good job by Terry Forster to keep it a 2-run deficit. The Braves have to get their bats going, though. Time is getting short on their slipper. Floyd Bannister will now turn the ball game over. Bannister went 7 innings, gave up 2 runs, and he struck out 3. He can only win it. He can't lose it. And here comes Solomé Barojas. 3 wins, 3 losses, 2.47 earned run average. Struck out 38, walked 32, so he has some control issues. And he did allow 2 homers and allowed 70 hits. At the ballpark, Brian Gorman. How you doing? Hope all is well. Everyone say hello to Brian. So here's Solomé Barojas. Britt Burns continues to throw in the pen just in case, as does Rick Camp and Steve Bedrosian in the Braves pen. And we're going to give Barojas the red pen. Looking for the 6-out save here. Solomé Barojas. I just like saying Barojas. All right. He will face Benedict, Murphy, and Horner. Benedict is 2 for 3, struck out and singled twice. Barojas is ready. He rocks and deals to Bruce Benedict. That's a 2-2. How do you do? He's a right-handed thrower, Barojas, so it's 2-2 righty-righty. And it's a pop-up foul territory. Fisk will make the catch as he tosses the mask aside, 1 away. Benedict's now 2 for 4 as he pops out to his counterpart. And here's the center fielder, Dale Murphy. Murph is 0 for 2 with a walk. He's popped out to the catcher and lined out to the shortstop, Fletcher. Murphy awaits the Barojas offering, hoping to tee it high and let it fly. Pitch homeward bound by Solomon Barojas. That is a 6-6. Pick up some sticks. You get your kicks on Route 66. Righty-righty matchup. 6-6. Fly ball right field at the track. Making the catch is Baines, 2 away. As Murph kicks the dirt, he just missed that one. Brian says everything's fine. Awesome sauce. That's what we love to hear. So 2 outs, base is empty for Big Bob Horner. He's doubled in a run. And he's grounded to the pitcher and banged into a 4-6-3 double play. So he is 1 for 3. Horner, if he goes yard, will pull the Braves to within 1. 2 outs, top of the 8th. Barojas picks up the sign from Fisk. He rocks and deals to Horner. 2-5. Righty-righty matchup. 2-5. Boom goes the ball, and Bob Horner crushes that fastball and will touch them all. Bippity boppity boom to the moon, Alice. And Bob Horner on cue has just pulled the Braves to within 1. 2-5, righty-righty, home run 1 through 11. We rolled a 3. The 20-sided die was with Horner on that one. So it is 4-3 now. The Braves will not go quietly into the evening, if not at all. So a 2-out homer by Big Bob Horner. And Barojas knew it. He challenged him with that fastball. It was a little too fat, to say the least. And Horner crushed it. So it's now 4-3. And what was a slightly giddy crowd is now a jittery crowd here in Chicago. They're only up 1. And here comes the bull, Bob Watson. Will they go back-to-back jacks? Fisk goes out and has a word with Barojas. Now back behind the plate. Here's the pitch of the bull, Bob Watson, the designated hitter. Watson is 0 for 2 with a walk, a strikeout, and a groundout. That's a 2-8. Righty. 2-8. Ground ball to third. Vance Law has it, throws to Walker, and the side is retired. But the bippity-boppity boom by Bob Horner pulls the Braves to within 1. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's now 4-3 Chicago White Sox. Winner advances to the finals. Another great game in our 1983 one-and-done tournament, where the cream rises to the top. And it's Terry Forster, now only a 1-run deficit, and that's the way he wants to keep it. White Sox hoping to add to that lead. It's a precarious 1-run lead. It'll be Lazinski, Walker, and Law. If anyone gets on, Scott Fletcher, the man who doinked the foul pole in the bottom of the 4th for a 2-run homer. And at the time, it was 4-2, but as we just witnessed, Bob Horner went bippity-boppity-boom, 4-3. Here's the bull, Lazinski. Lazinski is 0 for 2. He's walked, struck out twice. Forster's going to challenge him with a high heat. That's a 2-8. Will it be great? We shall see. 2-8, left-handed pitcher, 2-8. Swing and a miss! That's a 3rd consecutive strikeout for Forster. Braves pitching has now struck out 10. Niekro struck out 7. Forster has struck out 3. Forster is revved up. Here's the left-handed batting, Greg Walker, and Walker will not hit. Walker will not hit. It will be Tom Paciorek. And he's a better defensive first baseman. So Tom Paciorek, the right-handed batter, will come in and play first. So it's going to be Tom Paciorek. Paciorek. He's a 4 when it comes to range. That's not good, but he's an E7, which is much better than the E25 for Walker, though that never came into play. C stealer, B bunter, and C hit and run, and 1 through 12 as a base runner. So it's going to be Paciorek, and he'll stay into play first. And Walker's out. Vance Law on deck. So Walker is out. Let's put him over here. 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th, 4-3 lead for the White Sox. And here's Tom Paciorek. And we'll just give you his numbers real quick because he came in the game. 307, 9 homers, 3 triples, and 32 doubles. He struck out 58 times, had 25 walks. Forster. The violent windup and the pitch to the right-handed batting Tom Paciorek. He fires up a 1-7. Left-handed pitcher, 1-7 and a 5. And Paciorek greets him with a double off the center field wall. Oh, hold on a second. 1-7. Yeah, double. Double. 1 through 6. We rolled a 5. So Tom Paciorek says, take that fastball and shove it up your blankety blank. That is a double with 1 out. That's a huge insurance run right there. Tom Paciorek just missed, well, it was halfway up on the wall. That was a laser. As Murphy racing back, it was over his head. That was just a laser shot. Had it been any higher, it's a homer. Almost knocked the wall down. So Paciorek's at second. He's a C stealer. They'll hold him close. And here's Vance Law. 1 out. Man at second. Forster looking for the strikeout. Fletcher on deck. Forster picks up the sign from Benedict, who sets the target. The pitch to Vance Law. Forster fires in a 2-9. 2-9. Ball 4. High and away. So it's first and second now with 1 out. So after 4 consecutive outs and 3 consecutive strikeouts, Forster's run into a little trouble here. A double by the pinch hitter Paciorek, and now a walk by Law. First and second. Does set up the double play, though, for Scott Fletcher. His last at bat, he flew out to right, but prior to that, a 2-run homer off the left field foul pole. As Brian Gorman says, big hit. Yes, it was for Tom Paciorek. Forster takes a deep breath, arms down to his chest. The violent leg kick and the pitch to Scott Fletcher. 2-6. Pick up some sticks. Left-handed pitcher. 2-6. He jammed and popped up right side. Outfield grass. Waving his arms is the second baseman, Hubbard, and he makes the catch as they call the infield fly rule. And Fletcher is retired as he pops out to the brave second baseman, Hubbard. So 2 outs, 2 on. Paciorek will be held close at second. It'll only be a +1, 1 through 13. And here comes Rudy Law. Law, how big is him throwing out Hubbard at the plate now in inning number 2? This game would be tied up on the Bob Horner homer. And then he robbed Butler of a single. So he robbed Butler of a ribby. And then the next at-bat, a single on a sinking line drive to center. Law is 0 for 4. A line out, a ground out, a fly out, and a strikeout. He'd like to hit it out of the park now and put this game out of reach. 4-3. 2 outs, first and second. Forster. Again, that big, deep breath. The windup and the pitch to Rudy Law. Forster fires in a 1-6. Left-handed pitcher. 1-6. Single to center field. Rudy Law. Oh, lefty. Right. Okay, so I still did it right. 1-6. Left-handed pitcher. Single to center. Still a single to center. Lefty. Make sure we do that right. So that's a single to center. Walker with 2 out. Paciorek with 2 outs is a +1, 1 through 13. The center fielder Murphy has a -3, 1 through 10. 50-50. Cruz is coming up. 50-50. Wow. I think they would send him. They're going to send him. Here's a... what'd I say? 1 through 13 -3, 1 through 10. They're sending him 50-50. Here's a throw by Murph. It's a 12. He nails him at the plate. And the side is retired. 50-50. We roll a 12. Murphy fires a strike to Benedict. That's the runner is cut down. So both center fielders have cut down runners at the plate for their respective teams. We go to the top of the ninth. 4-3. White Sox 3 outs away from advancing to the finals. Paciorek is erased. 8-2. He is out. Paciorek will stay into play first. Wow! That was huge. 2 outs, 50-50. I took the shot. I think they would have sent him with 2 outs with Cruz coming up. Cruz, yeah, I think they would have sent him. And we did. So Rudy Law picks up his first hit. And what he thought was going to be a big insurance run. As Brian Gorman says, I would have sent him also. Yeah, it's 2 outs, 50-50. I think in real life they would have sent him. So that's what I did. I thought about it, and I think they would have sent him. So it's 4-3. And now Solomé Barojas needs 3 outs to pitch the White Sox to the tournament finals. 4-3. Barojas will face Harper, Ramirez, and Chambliss. So Barojas is a righty. Harper is a righty. But we're not going to go with Harper now, as the wheels are churning. Big wheels keep on rolling, rolling. Proud Mary, keep on rolling. It's going to be Claudel Washington, because Barojas is a righty. Washington's a lefty. And here comes Claudel Washington to pinch hit. Moment of truth. So Terry Harper's day is done. Harper was 1 for 2. He singled in a run, walked, and grounded to short. So Harper's day is done. Let's put him over here with Walker and just not mix them up with the wrong teams. And here comes Claudel Washington, left-handed batter. Brandon Lackey says, my first love, Strat. Well, thank you for joining us, Brandon. Claudel Washington, 83, 278, 9 homers, 8 triples, 24 doubles. He did strike out 103 times, walked 35. So here's Claudel Washington to pinch hit for Harper. If they go to extra innings, he will play right field, and we'll take care of that stuff after. All righty. Here's Claudel to face Solomé Barojas. White Sox 3 outs away from reaching the finals. They're up 4-3 in the top of the ninth. A runner just got gunned out at the plate as Paciorek was thrown out to end the bottom of the 8th by Murphy. That would have been a huge insurance run. Here's the pitch from Barojas to Claudel Washington. And it's a 5-6. Pick up some sticks. Washington is a left-handed batter. 5-6. Ground ball to second. And that will be Cruz. Cruz is a 1, and that's a 10. I believe 110 might go to an error check. 110 does go to an error check as we nearly lose the advanced chart down in between the table and the computer. So an error check, and Cruz is an E15. Great range, but iffy error rating. So an E15, here's the roll for the error. That's a 3. That's an error. I would assume that's an error. E15, 3, and that's a 1-base error. So Cruz boots the ball. He's a 15. We rolled a 3. He's a second baseman. E15, 3 through 5, and 9 is a 1-base error. So the E4, that should have been out number 1. Instead, it's an error on Cruz. The tying run, Washington's at first base, and he's an A stealer. Oh boy, he's an A stealer. That will bring up Rafael Ramirez. Now, an A stealer, they would hold on. Fisk has a neutral arm of 0, so that's a -2 on the hold. And that's 1 through 13. 1 through 13. Ramirez is a B bunter. They can't play in if they're holding Washington on. We're going to say they're holding Washington on. Ramirez, I would love to try to steal and then bunt him to third. But I have horrible luck. We would need 1 through 13. And I have horrible luck in these situations. But he's going to go. Washington's off to the races. He's going to try to steal second. He's an A stealer. He's being held on 1 through 15. -2 for being held 1 through 13. It's a 14! Unbelievable! Fisk throws him out. Washington reaches on the error by Cruz, who is bailed out by Pudge, who fires a strike down, and Cruz applies the tag. Ouch. Out stealing 2 to 4. So 1 out. Washington's again 1 through 13. I roll a 14. And so now the Braves, to the joy of the White Sox fans, are 2 outs away from elimination. And it's Rafael Ramirez. Here's the pitch to Rafael Ramirez from Barojas. 4-6. Righty-righty matchup. 4-6. And that's a single! Son of a gun. Past the dive of Cruz into right field. The line shot goes past Cruz. 1 through 12. Is a single. 13 through 20. He would have made the step in the dive catch. So Ramirez singles. And it would have been first and second, no outs. But now it's Ramirez at first. With 1 out. He's a B stealer. He's not going anywhere. They'll hold him close. And now Chris Chambliss. Chambliss, who battled the lefty. And he was 0 for 3. A ground out, and a ground out. Has a chance for revenge here. Representing the go-ahead run at the plate. Barojas wants a double play ball to end it and send the White Sox to the finals of the tournament. Barojas looks at Fisk, nods his head. The big windup and the pitch to Chris Chambliss. 4-10. Left-handed batter. 4-10. Fly ball, center field. Going back a bit, making the catch for the second out in the inning is Law. Retreating back to first is Ramirez. There are 2 outs now. And here comes Hubbard. Hubbard is walked, was thrown out at the plate in the second by Rudy Law, flown to left, and struck out. So it comes down to this. Hubbard, 263, had 12 homers. He's going to stay in and hit. We don't have anyone better on the bench. That's not bad for 1983 second baseman. So here's Glenn Hubbard. Can he do it? A 2-run homer. And the Braves would take the lead 5-3. It's 4-3. White Sox and Barojas 1 out away from advancing to the finals. Barojas takes a deep breath. Nods his head. Fisk sets the target. He rocks and deals to Glenn Mother Hubbard. Will he find a bone? 4-7. Righty-righty matchup. 4-7. Single to right! Hubbard singles to right. Oh, wait. Righty-righty matchup. Righty-righty matchup. 4-7 is a walk. Because Hubbard's a righty. Barojas is a righty. It wouldn't have mattered. It's 1 start right field. I wouldn't send him anyway. So it's 4-7. It's a walk. I looked at the lefty column by accident. So the tying run advances to second on the walk by Hubbard. And we go the top of the order and Brett Butler. Ramirez tying run at second will be held close with 2 outs. He's only a +1, 1 through 15. Hubbard, the go-ahead run at first, will not be held on, so he's a +2 on extra bases if they try to score him. He's 1 through 14. Here we go. Brett Butler is the last hope for the Braves now. Tying run at second, go-ahead run at first. Butler has walked, stolen a base and scored, singled, was robbed on a sinking line drive by Rudy Law in center and then grounded to second. So he is 1 for 3. Barojas steadies himself. Fanatics of Film is at the ballpark. He says, "Let's go Atlanta." Check out that wonderful channel. Fanatics of Film. Love him. Great stuff. Here's the pitch from Barojas to Butler. Do the Braves do it here? Or do the White Sox advance? That's a 4-11. 4-11 left-handed batter. 4-11 fly ball right field X. It's a defense check. Okay, Butler's a lefty. It's a 4-11 left-handed batter. Fly ball right field. The right fielder is Baines. He's a 2. And that's an 18. This ball game is over, folks. Fly ball right field. Baines is a 2 when it comes to range. We rolled an 18 on a 20-sided die. 2-18. Baines coming in. He makes the catch, and the celebration begins here in Chicago at Comiskey Park. The ball game is over. Butler flies out to Baines in right. And the Chicago White Sox, the 1 seed, make it all the way to the tournament finals. They will play the winner of the Yankees and the Orioles. That game has been decided. I don't want to give it away. It was a good game in case someone wants to watch it. But the finals are set now, and then there were 2. So, they get the tying run, Ramirez. How big was Fisk throwing out Washington at second? Tying run at second, winning run at first, and that's how it'll stay. Barojas pitches 2 innings, and he gets the save. Bannister gets the win. The loss goes to Niekro. Phil Niekro. Forster, he pitched 2 innings. He pitched the 7th and the 8th. The White Sox go to the finals with a 4-3 victory over the Atlanta Braves. So the 1 seed, as we reseed after every round, takes out the 4 seed Atlanta Braves. What a game. Once again, the winning pitcher is Bannister. The save goes to Barojas. It was a 6-out save. The loss goes to Niekro. Braves pitching struck out 10, but they lose 4-3. Big plays in the game. Hubbard was thrown out at the plate. That would have been a 4th run when you add it all together. Horner brought him within 1 with his solo blast with 2 outs in the top of the 8th. But the Braves could not cross one more run across that plate. Thus, they lose 4-3. So that's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. The White Sox, best team in baseball when you go off pure record, 99-63. Hold up with our 83 Strat cards. They're going to be in the finals. And again, it will either be against the Yankees or the Orioles. That game, if you haven't seen it, is on the channel. So you can enjoy it. It was a good game. Alrighty, everyone. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye. God bless. Stay safe. Be smart. Wash your hands. If you're not feeling well, stay away from crowds. Go do what you have to do. Live life, but be smart. All right? God bless. I love you all. You know it's coming, folks. Peace! White Sox advance 4-3 over the Braves. They go to the finals.